Hi, hello, and welcome to day 21 of 60 days of learning. So, I wanted to continue working on things that were a little different from me, not quite as prescribed as a list of things that I need to do. And I decided that I wanted to start taking a look at the bullets. So, I ran across a video the other day that was talking about the different types of bullets and how they may miss a collision because they're just rendering past where the collider is. Now, that's not something that I have ran into until I started actually playing around with the bullets and noticing that that's a thing. So the problem is when you have a detection of collision and your object moves from one spot to another. So effectively, you're going to move it into the second spot, and your next process step is going to be seeing the collision after, or excuse me, it won't be seeing the collision because it'll be skipping right over it. So why does that happen? That happens because we are effectively providing it with a place that it needs to go. So as part of the video, it was talking about using a raycast. Now, this is not something that I have done before, so I thought it was a pretty cool thing to look at. And again, I want to play around with the bullets and make them a little different. Now, what does that do? Um, so the raycast allows us to, before moving, checking from where we are, where the object is, to where the object will be, and seeing if there's going to be any collision. So we have a couple different ones. We have the Raycast 2D and we have the Shapecast 2D. So what is the difference, you might ask? The Raycast, it's a single beam. It's just saying this. Here's the track. It's really narrow width, and so I found that to be quite small. The other one, which is the Shapecast, you can provide it with a shape and provide it with a size similar to what we have with a collision, and it will detect everything that's within the area. So we don't really need to get everything within the area. I really just want the first thing within the area. Now, the other thing that I'm not 100% sure about, now that I'm thinking, I really just chose the first one. With the way that the game is set up right now, enemies come, infrequently, once every a second and a half. So as a bullet is shot, there's really maybe 1-2 targets. There might be a third one depending on how they squeeze. If we have a tank and then we have a basic and then we have a speedy, there's a potential for having 3 stack up. So the next thing that I noticed is using the Raycast is, and using this, I was able to remove the need to have the homing system in place. So homing wasn't really intentional. The idea is that I just wanted it to hit the target that it was destined for. What I really wanted is I wanted the bullet to just hit it. I want it to act like it could potentially miss. And that is happening now. There is a potential for it missing. Well, how often does it miss? Well, it depends on how fast it's moving. It depends on the direction that you're shooting. So there are a couple additional things that I'm wanting to look at is when one of my towers shoots, I want it to lead the enemy. I want it to do those different things, so I'm going to be looking at that. But for now, let me show you what I have. So for right now, as part of the tower defense, let's go ahead and make this a little bigger. Looks cool. Let's go ahead and start the game. When my towers are placed, you can see I'll put this one a little shorter. So when they hit, I did add a little bit of an animation as well. There are some things that I'm noticing just as I'm staring at this one. It looks like it's hitting the enemy on some of the cases, but it's not actually throwing a particle up. Now I threw the particle up just so I can, well, know when it actually hits, but also because it was fun playing with particles. So I would anticipate that a majority of those shots are actually hitting. Now, I am seeing a few of them that are lagging behind the enemy, but there are some that are actually landing on top, similar. I mean, we just saw one. So, but as I was mentioning, each time there's a shot, before we progress it onto its destination, we do a quick scan. We don't do a quick sweep, we do a quick scan. There is something that I ended up having to do with the enemy, and this goes into the player's experience. So, another video I was watching at one point was talking a little bit about game theory and how you need to give the players a little bit of benefit of the doubt. So we don't want to add a hitbox on a player that's going to make it so that it's pixel perfect that they're getting hit. We want to be able to provide them with a little bit of flexibility so that the enemy could miss. We also want to, on the opposite direction, add a hitbox on the enemy so that the player can hit it when maybe it looks like it missed. Some things are moving so fast, but we want to put some things at the player's advantage, but we don't want to make things too easy. So with this, the hitbox is a little larger than they are. Now, it's not a whole lot. Let me show you what that looks like. So if we go to entities, we go to enemy, and we go to the enemy scene, you can see that the hitbox is just a little bigger. Now remember, these guys are pretty small. So that hitbox isn't huge. The hitbox, it feels just right. So anyways, that's what I was playing with. Just finished up day 21. Let's go ahead and move forward. Day 22. I'm just kind of seeing what I want to pull out, what I want to do. May end up actually getting those waves in. I keep talking about it. It'll happen. If I do waves, I feel like it's going to be a multi-day thing. So for now, I'm enjoying adding some of these additional things in there. Again, just for things that I've never done before, things that I want to play with. So there we go. Well, I hope you got something out of this, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.